We love local dyers at A Little Nitty, and it has been really fun to work with local dyer named Heather Ellis, putting together our house label of square peg yarns. So let me explain a little bit about square peg yarns. Square peg was named after my grandmother Peggy, who taught me how to knit. She passed away 13 years ago, so she never got to see the shop, but I know she would just love the yarn that it's named after her. It's also kind of named after me too, because I've always felt like a square peg in a round hole, in the best kind of way, not a bad way, but just in kind of a quirky way. I definitely march to the beat of my own drum. I consider all the yarns to be my foster children, and I'm just taking care of them until they find their forever homes. So I've crafted belly bands that have birth certificates on the back. They tell the name, length, weight, date, and location of birth. These yarns are not dyed by me because I'm absolutely awful at it. So that's where Heather Ellis comes in. She has allowed me to play with the label, the names, the colors, the inspiration, and she is the amazing person that dyes it all up. And I wanted to give you a little sneak preview into what she does. This summer, she has moved out to the woods a bit further and is dyeing up all of these lovely colorways under the fir trees, and she is enjoying it so much. So our latest collaboration is this summer road trip series. Every summer, my family and I head out to kind of local locations that we love, and try to find new ones each year. That are around Washington State and we can drive to within a day. First one is Wishin' Waterfalls. This is named after, and I'll put up pictures of the inspiration pictures that these came from. This one hails from Bellingham, Washington. This colorway was inspired by a park that we lived by when our kids were tiny, and we would walk to this park almost daily. Now that we live a few hours away, we love to take a day trip up there at least once a summer to show the kids where they were born and the super cool park we used to live next to. The second in our series is, this one just lost its belly band, but I think it's okay because it's so beautiful. I will find her belly band. This is Ocean Shores Sunset. This one is inspired by a sunset picture from an Ocean Shores trip. For many years now, my best friend and her family have camped at least once a summer at Ocean Shores State Park. We used to go with them, but then I decided tent camping was just not for me. So we go faux camping. We either go just for the day and soak up all the camping vibes without sleeping on the ground, or we stay in a local hotel. It's all the awesome parts of camping and I get to do camping knitting without the hassle. Over the years, we have watched lots of beautiful sunsets off the coast of Washington. This road trip destination is actually one that we'll be planning to do this year. So this has not happened this year yet. But this one's called That Wagon Life. And I have to remember what I named these. I'm actually going to take this off. And this is inspired by a picture from Spokane, Washington. I did not take this picture, but it's a destination that is on our list of summer destinations. It's the world's largest radio flyer wagon called the Childhood Express, and it sits on Spokane's Riverfront Park. The next one on the list is Not Amsterdam. This one is inspired by pretty much every year we take a little road trip to Leavenworth, Washington. I think it's our favorite place. We always love getting as much fruit at the fruit side stands as possible. And my kids constantly beg to go to this restaurant called the Soup Cellar. Yes, we go get soup in the summer. My kids are a little weird. One night at dinner at home, my son was telling us about an upcoming band trip. He announced that we are going to Amsterdam for the day. And my husband and I looked at each other insanely confused. And my son sat there for a few moments, then exclaimed, "Wait, it's Leavenworth." Leavenworth is an adorable Bavarian town in central Washington and has been a location of many band and choir trips. I know my choir went there, and my son's band currently does. So in our family, if we mention Leavenworth, we call it Not Amsterdam. And this was inspired by one of my favorite little shops that sell all of these really yummy sauces and dips. And that is probably my favorite part of Leavenworth. Our last road trip is Mount Rainier. This was inspired by a picture of wildflowers from Mount Rainier National Park, and we are so lucky to have Mount Rainier right in our backyard. We love taking a day trip and going out and just soaking up all the beauty that are our beautiful mountains.